If you ever set foot in the Amazon rainforest, it will teach you the very first rule of survival. Be humble. Have you ever heard of the venomous caterpillar, the blood-sucking bug, the bullet ant, or the deadly mosquito? In the dampest jungle on Earth, where life thrives endlessly, death thrives just as fiercely. Every leaf, every drop of dew, could be hiding a creature you never want to touch. Let's find out. It looks harmless. A small caterpillar covered in soft hairs, resting quietly on a tree trunk. But trust me, one gentle touch is all it takes to turn your day into a medical nightmare. Its name is Lonomia obliqua.
This innocent-looking caterpillar,
unfamiliar in
Lonomia
Brazil.
obliqua, possesses
That
a
name
deadly
alone
secret.
is enough to conjure
shimmering
images
hair
of
is a
blood,
microscopic
pain,
needle
and
of
death.
venom.
At first glance, it looks like nothing more than a fuzzy twig, yet it hides one of the most dangerous toxins in all of South America. Those fine little hairs aren't for decoration. They are biological needles, each loaded with a venom that shuts down the human body's ability to clot blood. Not fast, not violent, just a slow, silent chain reaction. Until you begin to bleed within your own body. A man sweeping his yard. A single touch. By nightfall, internal bleeding. No knives, no
Just a
snakes,
caterpillar.
no arrows, just a caterpillar. Brazilian doctors call it the silent killer. Because the
Brazilian
victim
doctors
doesn't
call
even
it
know
the
they've been
silent
struck
killer,
until their heart stops pumping blood. And that's just one species. Are you afraid of the things you can't see? The Amazon is full of them. Not the snakes that slither past your feet, but creatures so small you only realize they're there when it's already too late. Meet the kissing bug, a harmless name for a deadly assassin. It hides in cracks of wooden walls under floorboards or in the corner of your bed. When night falls and your body warms, it crawls out soft and silent like a breath. It bites, but you feel nothing. Its saliva carries a natural anesthetic that numbs the skin completely. Then, when it's full of your blood, it does something even more horrifying. It defecates right on the wound. Inside that waste lives a microscopic killer, the Trypanosoma cruzi parasite. Tiny, invisible, yet capable of destroying the human heart from the inside slowly over years. The disease it causes is called Chagas, a slow-motion death sentence. At first, just fatigue, maybe a fever, nothing alarming. But decades later, the heart swells, the intestines distend, and life fades away. No roars, no venomous fangs, no dramatic fight for survival. Just a casual scratch in the dark that seals your fate. And that's when we meet the next nightmare of the jungle, the unstoppable army that eats everything in its path. Now imagine this millions of tiny creatures moving as a single unit, a living wave sweeping across the forest floor. No commander, no mercy, only one instinct: hunt and consume. These are the army ants. Their name sounds like an army, and in truth, they are a perfect army. No nest, no home. They build a living nest from their own bodies, hundreds of thousands of individuals locked together into a mobile fortress. Each night, they stop and weave themselves into that breathing citadel. At dawn, the citadel breaks apart and the march resumes. Leading the charge are the soldier ants, large, powerful, with sickle-shaped mandibles that can slice a spider in an instant. Behind them, a torrent of worker ants sweeps everything clean. Larvae eggs, insects, rodents, even small snakes. They eat, they march, they leave nothing but bare earth in their wake. Biologically speaking, they are no longer individuals. They are a superorganism, one gigantic body with millions of biting mouths. You can't kill it. You can only run. In the world of insects, size means nothing, because the deadliest killer might be so small, you could crush it with a single slap if you're fast enough. The mosquito. It doesn't bite to feed. It bites to survive. And in every drop of blood it steals, millions of pathogens may be traded in return. Malaria, yellow fever, dengue fever,
The bite
Zika
of a single
virus.
mosquito can
Familiar
transmit
names,
deadly
but here in the
diseases
Amazon,
like
they're
malaria,
not statistics.
yellow fever.
They're a daily reality. A feverish child, a trembling man, a vanishing village. And it all begins with one mosquito. According to the World Health Organization, mosquitoes are the deadliest creatures on Earth, killing more humans each year than sharks, lions, or venomous snakes combined. In the Amazon, they are the silent rulers. But danger in the insect world doesn't stop at disease. Let's talk about pain. Think you handle pain well? Meet the bullet ant, nearly 3 centimeters long. Jet black. It looks like a tiny warrior in armor, but its sting has been ranked the most painful in the world on the Schmidt Pain Index. People describe it like this: it's like being shot. The pain surges through your whole body. Your heart races, muscles seize, you shake uncontrollably, and it lasts for 24 hours. In some Amazonian tribes, young men must endure this agony as a rite of passage. They slip their hands into gloves filled with bullet ants, hundreds of bites all at once. They must stand silent. No screaming, no pulling away, only pain and the birth of strength. The question is, how long could you last before collapsing? When we think of the Amazon, we picture snakes, crocodiles, jaguars. But death here often comes from creatures with no teeth, no claws, only chemistry. Like the stingless bees that can swarm by the thousands, covering a human body in seconds, or the toxic beetles that spray burning acid capable of eating through flesh. Even caterpillars from the Automeris genus, armed with venomous spines that cause blistering skin and a racing heartbeat.
Causing immediate
In the
corrosion
Amazon,
and burning
every
the tissue
shape
on
has a
contact.
price. The brighter the color, the deadlier the threat. The quieter it moves, the more dangerous it becomes. You think you could outrun them. Try stepping a few feet into the real Amazon. Turn around, and the path you came from is gone. The light fades behind the canopy. The buzz of mosquitoes blends with the whisper of leaves, and something crawling nearby. Here silence doesn't exist, only the sound of life and death. A world where every creature carries poison or learns to survive within the poison of another. And if you don't know what you're stepping on, it might not be the ground at all. It sounds terrifying, but the Amazon isn't just a home for monsters. It's the largest living laboratory on Earth. Every venomous insect here carries a perfect biological formula. The toxin of lonomia helps scientists understand the mysteries of blood clotting. The venom of the bullet ant contains molecules that could one day relieve pain hundreds of times stronger than morphine if harnessed the right way. Even the deadly parasite, Trypanosoma cruzi, has taught us how our immune system and heart truly work. The Amazon doesn't only teach us fear, it teaches us understanding. That even in death, there is knowledge. The rainforest doesn't hate you, it tests you. It teaches the first and final law of survival humility. You cannot enter this place as a conqueror. only as a guest grateful to be allowed to exist. The people who live here, the indigenous tribes, know this truth. They share their world with snakes, with mosquitoes, with ants. They understand every footprint, every cry, every strange scent carried by the wind. They don't run from fear. They listen to it. When night falls, the forest awakens. Mosquitoes begin their nightly hunt. Army ants march beneath the soil. Venomous moths unfurl their wings beneath the moonlight. And with every breath of that heavy, humid air, millions of tiny lives are deciding each other's fate. The Amazon is a realm of perfect balance where death isn't the enemy of life, but a part of it. You may call it the jungle of death. But those who truly understand know it as the school of evolution, where nature's greatest intelligence is revealed through its most brutal lessons. If you found this video fascinating, hit like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Thank you for watching. See you in next video.